Let me tell you a story. Not just any story, but one that makes you laugh, makes you cry, and maybe, just maybe, makes you think a little deeper. It's the story of a man who wasn't really a man, a visitor who came from beyond the stars and ended up changing the way we look at our own world. His name was PK, but when he first landed on Earth, nobody knew his name. He stepped out of a spaceship in the middle of the Rajasthani desert, silent and curious, barefoot on the warm sand, with no clothes, no money, no idea of what this world was. He looked just like one of us, but he wasn't. In his hand was a strange remote, glowing, circular, alien. It was the only way he could contact his spaceship again, the only connection to his world. But before he could take a step forward, a man hiding in the bushes saw the remote, snatched it from him, and ran away. And just like that, he was stranded. Now imagine being dropped into a completely foreign world with no way to communicate. He wandered through the desert and then into the towns, completely naked, trying to ask for help. But people didn't understand him. They screamed, stared, beat him, called him insane. A local man gave him some clothes, but his odd behavior, quiet, strange, lost, made people think he was drunk. And so they called him PK. In Hindi, PK means tipsy, but he wasn't drunk. He was just confused. PK realized that this planet had rules, but no one had explained them to him. So he started to observe. He noticed that people wore clothes, not for comfort, but to cover certain parts. He didn't understand why, but he followed along. He learned how people talk, how they walk, how they eat, how they behave. He noticed how often people lied, and how often people pretended. He had a special ability. When he held someone's hand, he could read their mind. That's how he learned languages, absorbed thoughts, and began to understand Earth. But even after learning how to speak and blend in, he still had no clue where to find his remote. So he went to the police. He tried to report it, but they laughed at his story. A remote from space? They thought he was mad. They told him to do what everyone does when they lose something they can't recover: pray to God. And so began PK's search for God. He didn't know who God was. He hadn't seen one. But he started visiting temples, then mosques, then churches. He bowed, he prayed, he fasted, he chanted, he copied rituals, gave offerings, repeated mantras. But nothing happened. His remote didn't come back. He started noticing that everyone claimed their God was the real one. But if there's only one real God, then why are there so many religions? In one place, they told him to wear white. In another, he had to remove his shoes. Some said, eat only plants. Others offered meat to God. Some told him God is in the sky. Others said he lives in stone. Some people bowed to fire. Some to idols. Some faced east. Others faced west. And PK, in his innocent logic, thought, something doesn't add up. He saw how people were divided, by faith, by ritual, by labels. And he started to wonder, maybe people were trying to call God, but had the wrong number. If you dial the wrong number, you'll never reach the person you want, no matter how loudly you speak. Maybe people were doing all the right things for the wrong God, or doing the wrong things in the name of a right God.